And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, LR. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. But be prepared.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Face mask penalty. And, Charles, you were a defender. You know it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Another pistol look here. They'll come out in the pistol, and the back goes into motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mariota again. Setting up the screen for Miller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Third and short yardage, Mariota. And it's brought in by Pitta. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. So he makes the grab and the change move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Lamar Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
And some room to work. And he cuts it out and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short boot taken at the 21. And there's a flag on the play. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Peterson alone in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Well, kind of interesting for sure. It worked out for them. They only had a yard to go. You know, when you do that fake punt, you're kind of starting back further than you need to when you only have 1 yard.
Yeah, and I guess they felt like that was a true full fake because most of the time with a yard to go, you leave your offense on the field, you run something from your playbook. But here, they gave the full impression they were going to punt it away and picked up the first down. They definitely surprised us.
I was going to say, surprise, surprise. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, Peterson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The play clock's running down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Running left is Miller. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. Miller, the lone setback. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They run again with Peterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And they have really been able to contain AP, and because of it, they've got the lead here in the 4th.
And they've done a really nice job in this game. A lot of group tackling. Rare that one guy gets him on the ground consistently. They've done an excellent job of containing him in this game.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Gresham has it left side. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Craig Robertson in on the stop.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. This is Miller, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He'll field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
They'll run for it with Peterson. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Stevie Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Roethlisberger looking to throw. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. And And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Throwing here, Mariota. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead, not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving, and they can win it right now.
Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. 2nd down, Mariota. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Flush to his right. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And a scare incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first down. Aaron Donald, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now Ben on 3rd and long. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now it's Roethlisberger. Here's Hartline over the middle with it. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, you always hate to lose, obviously, but a division loss stings just a touch more for many reasons.
That's because you have too much familiarity. It's almost like battling your brother or your neighborhood rival. You know them so well, and they get to lord it over you just a little bit longer.
And there's only a select amount of teams in the divisions. There's only 4, and so when you go back and forth so often, there is that familiarity. It just makes it hurt, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and when you're thinking long range and you're thinking playoffs, winning your division is the way to get to the playoffs.
So for Oakland, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long.